is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Potty Plane Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and rank them on scale 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we are going to be reviewing Jurassic World. I've already reviewed Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World Dominion. Next will be Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I originally wanted to review The Incredible Hulk tonight. I reviewed Iron Man, go check that out. But I already had my notes complete for Jurassic World, so I figured I'd knock this one out. My next review should be for The Incredible Hulk for the summer of Marvel. So, Jurassic World. I remember when this movie came out. I saw it in theaters. I remember I was 15 when this movie came out. And I remember my mom took me and like one of my siblings to the theater. They went to go see one thing, and she sent me into the theater by myself to watch Jurassic World. I wanted to see it in 3D because at the time I actually liked 3D. I don't care about 3D anymore, but she accidentally bought me a 2D ticket, and I remember being like really mad about that because I wanted to see it in 3D. But I saw it in 2D, and it became my favorite movie. I actually liked it. I'm ashamed to say it, but I actually liked it a little bit better than the original, and I didn't even want to admit that out loud at the time. Since then, I have rewatched this film, and I have begun to see its flaws. You know, I'm not 15 anymore. I'm in my 20s now, and I understand filmmaking better. So I understand this movie's flaws now, but at the time, I really, really liked it. Now, I still do really like this movie. If you hate this movie, this review is not for you. I do not hate this movie at all. I really like Jurassic World. I have a lot of problems with it. I got them all written down here in front of me. We're going to be talking about them. But first, let's talk about the pros. So, Jurassic World came out in 2015. And it stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Ty Simpkins, Nick Robson, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Omar Sy, and it was directed by Colin Trevorrow. And in this movie, we have a brand new theme park. It's now called Jurassic World. It's on the same island as the original Jurassic Park, and they got the same dinosaurs from before, and they've all managed to... This is all off screen, but they've all managed to get it all figured out. Now we got a successful, up-and-running Jurassic Park theme park, now called Jurassic World, and they start doing stuff with the genes and stuff. They start creating their own dinosaurs, and when this one dinosaur that is really enormous breaks loose and starts wreaking havoc on the park, it's up to Chris Pratt, who can train raptors, and one of the park's main operators, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, to save the day. Yeah, so I know a lot of people don't like this movie. But for me personally, I've always really liked it. I don't like it near as much as I used to, but I do still think this is a really good movie. It's not one that I revisit every year, but when I do like to rewatch the Jurassic movies, I don't feel like this one is a chore to get through. You know, this one I actually kind of look forward to watching a little bit. So let's talk about things I do and don't like about Jurassic World. So for one thing, this movie is really cool. There is a lot of really cool stuff in this movie. The theme park is beautiful. Really, just the most cool stuff. I mean, they're dinosaurs, so dinosaurs are cool in general, but there's a lot of really cool stuff to enjoy in this film. It's so much fun to watch. This movie is a great time. It feels like a ride. It's just a really, really fun ride of a time. This movie has a good sense of awe and wonder, not near to the extent of the original, but I would say that this movie in the entire series is second best at awe and wonder in the whole series. So it does do a good job, it's just not as good a job as the original. I really want to go here because this theme park, it feels tangible and awesome. And it's just really cool. And every time I watch this movie, I'm just like, man, I really want to go there. Like, this place looks amazing. The music is really good. The special effects and the CGI are absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. This movie looks great. Let's see. There's some good tension and suspense in this movie, and I'll get into a little bit more about my favorite scenes. Chris Pratt is really good in this. He's got a lot of charisma. He was easily the best part of this whole series for me, even though his character never gets a proper character arc, which is unfortunate. One of the complaints I had for Jurassic World Dominion. I really like him in this movie. He's really, really cool. The set designs are really cool. There's actual blood in this movie, which I don't know how they got away with having as much blood in this movie as they do for a PG-13 movie, but there's quite a bit of blood in this movie, and I'm like, yes! Like, that's great! I think this movie has more blood in it than any of the other ones. Unless somebody can like find like somebody who's actually like looked into that and measured it, I'm pretty sure this movie has more blood in it than any other Jurassic Park movie. Let's see. The secretary's death. Speaking of blood, which I don't think there's blood in that scene, but it's pretty brutal either way. So I remember in the theater, so Bryce Dallas Howard's secretary, she gets the most brutal death in probably the entire Jurassic Park series. And I remember sitting in the theater. By the way, we are getting into spoilers, just so you know. This movie's been out for a while. I remember sitting in the theater, and I was just like wincing in my seat because it was really brutal. And a lot of people say it's completely unnecessary and it's way too long. I don't care. It is brutal. And it's cool. So, let's see. Every time that scene's about to come up, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the scene. Let's see. I like the raptors hunting the Indominus. A lot of people don't, and that's okay, but I really like Chris Pratt on the motorcycle riding through the jungle with the raptors. That's just one of the coolest things I've seen in the movie, and I really enjoy it. That entire sequence is just thrilling. Let's see. There are a little bit of practical effects when the scene where you see Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt with the dying dinosaur that had gotten ripped up by the Indominus Rex. It's real, and it looks pretty good. I just wish that there was more of that utilized in this film. Let's see. The cinematography is really, really good. Like I said, from a technical standpoint, this movie is just amazing. It pulls off the raptor training. It makes it believable, and I buy Chris Pratt's relationship with them, and I like how he doesn't have complete control over them. Like, even like when he's like doing this hand thing that like they in Jurassic World Dominion they completely screwed up, but even when he's doing this, you can tell like they're not completely buying into the fact that he is in charge, that he's the alpha. So I like that. And it's got a few good jokes in it. So that's all really nice. Now let's get into my cons. For one thing, like I said, I don't think there's enough practical effects in this. There is too much CGI. I didn't particularly like the Indominus Rex's death. It's cool, but like when the big water dinosaur jumps out of the water, it snags it and pulls it in. It doesn't make sense. Because it's like, well, if it could have done that then, it could have done that to random people walking by in the park. So that makes no sense. It also doesn't make sense how people are already used to dinosaurs. Bryce Dallas Howard's character says people like look at dinosaurs now and they don't care anymore. And I'm like, it's only been like 10 years. Like, how are people already used to dinosaurs? Vincent D'Onofrio's plan to weaponize raptors, it's pretty stupid. It took me a long time to see that, but it is pretty stupid. So every weapon that's like used against the Indominus Rex to hunt it, whether it's lethal or non-lethal, every weapon that's used against it is like useless, and it doesn't make any sense. Why would you have all these weapons on the island that don't work against dinosaurs? Like the non-lethals, they don't shock it, they don't do anything. You shoot it with a gun, it does nothing. It's like why would you have this if you know full well it's not gonna work? Let's see. I also didn't particularly like, so there's like this subplot with like this older brother and this younger brother. The older brother is really a player, and he's kind of annoying to me in that aspect. Like, he's just like constantly like with him it's girls, and it's like it's completely unnecessary, and I don't understand that creative decision at all. Let's see, the divorce subplot goes nowhere. It's brought up once, never brought up again. The kids started a really old Jeep with really old gasoline when they stumbled upon the Jeep after they got attacked by the Indominus. That doesn't make any sense. Although that's like one of the problems I always had with The Walking Dead is like how gasoline still works, and also how in that world how the grass is always cut too. But I'm getting sidetracked. And also, and I'm gonna keep mentioning this because aside from the first two, there is no memorable tension building sequences in the entire Jurassic series. I always mention that scene with the mobile home in The Lost World. There are no scenes like that in this film. I don't hate this movie. I really enjoy it. It's a fun summer blockbuster, but it does not live up to the first two for me. It is much better than the third one, and I like it much better than its predecessors as well, but it's not perfect. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Jurassic World an 85. All right, I will be back very soon. Tons more content coming. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Potty Player Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave reviews, suggestions down in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Potty Player Entertainment for bonus content and channel updates and all that stuff. Seriously, follow me on Instagram. I'm posting there like all day long. So follow me on Instagram. Like I interact on there a lot. So follow me there. Thank you for watching and much love.